Okay, now we're going to cover something called a bubble sort. A bubble sort is a sorting algorithm, one of the worst, in fact, for sorting just about anything. What I've done is I've created a function called bubble sort that our program will jump into, pass a string, and then first it'll store the size of the string. Since the size of the string isn't going to change, it doesn't make sense to put size here, string size here, because then it would have to go, hey string, what's your size? Hey string, what's your size? Over and over and over again. So I'll just use this constant, and then I don't have to use it over and over again. This is a nested loop. So this for loop tells you how many passes you're going to do. So if there was 100 characters, I'd have to do 99 passes through this. And then the second loop tells you how many times it's going to step through the collection. Every single time it steps through the collection, it will step through one less the next time. So if it's going to step through 99 passes, the first time it's going to go through 99 elements. The second time it'll go through 98, and then 97, 96, 95, 94. So on average, it's going to go through 50 elements. Okay, so it's 99 times 50. Not a pleasant loop whatsoever. Okay, it really is slow. But what it's going to do is just check if the next character is less than the current character. If the next character is less than the current character, you want to swap them so that the smaller one is up front. So if, let's say I was looking at these two, it would go, well, the current one is W, the next one is I. I is less than W, so it would swap them and you'd get IW. Okay? That's the way it works. Just keeps on swapping, swapping, swapping. Now I'm going to post a link to a sorting algorithm that's graphical so you can watch how it sorts. But for now, let's just sort this, and I'm going to try and show you what it's doing. Okay, first off, I'm just going to run it and let you see it sort, or let you see it get sorted. So right now it was ghoulishness, right? Oh no, it's B. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, all upper and lower case, so we're going to get a lot of characters sorted here. This has got that garbage in there still. Now I'm going to sort it and look, and here it is. You'll see that the spaces come first, then the commas, then A, B, E, and it's all in order. Okay, that's a sort. Now how did it do it? Well, let's come over here and I'll try to show you with this. So let's say we have this word string and we're going to sort it. Well, it works by using so many passes, so it's going to be 5 passes, 0 through 4. And for each pass, it's going to go up to 1 before the end, and then for the next pass, it's 1 before the end minus 1, and then 1 before the end minus 2, and 1 before the end minus 3, and 1 before the end minus 4, get you down to there, and finally you're done. So let's see what happens here. Right now I'm comparing these two, and T is not less than S, so it remains string. And now it's comparing these two. The R is definitely less than the T, so it swaps them. Okay, so that got swapped. Now it's going to do these two. And the I is less than a T, so it's going to go and the I was swapped. And now it's going to check these two. And the N is less than a T, so it'll do oops, no. And that was swapped. And now it's going to check the last two. Starting at position 4, it's going to check 4 plus 1 right here. You'll see it. I plus 1. That's the 4 plus 1. And the 4. So these two are going to get checked. And the G is less. So it's SRINGT. And that was the last one that was swapped there. Now it starts from the beginning again. So it's starting at position 0. And it's going, okay, I'm looking at these two. Is the R less than the S? Yeah, R comes before S. So it's going to swap those two. Oh, and by the way, the T is in its correct position. So I'm going to highlight that one green. Okay. And it'll always be green. So it's swapped these two. This is now in its swap position. And these two are going to be tested next. And it goes, okay. I'll fix the T's afterwards. So now R, the I comes before the S. Those two get swapped. So this is now that. And now we're checking these two. Sorry, didn't do that. The N comes before the S, so this is RINSGT. That one was swapped. And now it's checking these two. And the G comes before the S, so it's RINGST. And the G was swapped. And these two are now in their right position. Okay. So now the S and the T are sorted, but now we have to look at the rest of it. So now the R and the I get compared, and the I comes before the R, so it's was moved. Now we're comparing these two. The N comes before the R. The N was moved. Now we're comparing these two. And the G comes before the R. And the G was moved. And these are all in their sorted positions. So now RST is in the right positions, but I and G are not. So the next thing, we have to check these two. And they are sorted already, so that's I, N, G, R, S, T. And then we're checking these two, and they're not sorted. So we have to IGNRST. So this was moved. Okay. Now it looks close, but we still have to check these two. Okay. So now I've got to come back over here. Oops, I got to select it again. And the last thing that we have to do at 0, 4 is check these two. And what we get is GINRST. And let me put these like this. This gets green. This was green. And now the whole thing is sorted. That's a bubble sort. It's called a bubble sort because the smaller characters, the lower characters, kind of bubble up towards the front, usually called the top. Okay, and then the largest ones get shoved to the bottom. That's a bubble sort. Okay, I'll do a PDF of this and dump it up into Blackboard as well. Okay.